Welcome to Lawyer Up. We have our very first guest of the Empowering Young Women series. We have Miss Taylor Made herself. How you doing, Miss Diane?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing so well. I'm so glad you took the time to talk to us right now. You have so many wonderful things that you do, so many wonderful things that you've accomplished. Let's take it back. I mean, I think you had a blog or something called Chocolate Mother. Tell me a little bit about this Chocolate Mother. How did that come up?
That's right. Well, Chocolate Mother is a weekly blog where we really spend time talking about the woes of parenting, the great times of parenting, you know, being a mom, juggling work, entrepreneurship, spouse, all of that. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's angst.
You got to tell me. I know.
Yes, so Chocolate Mother provides an outlet where we can talk about all of those different types of issues, daily grind with babies and family and juggling parenting.
Now, how did you even get to this blog? I mean, obviously, so many moms have issues, dads have issues, families have issues. What got you to the point? Okay, I'm gonna write about it. I'm gonna talk about it. How did you actually come up with that?
Well, I'm a journalist at heart. I've been a journalist since I was a child. But when my husband and I were starting our family, we ran into some fertility issues. And once we got past that and God worked it out for us, we felt the need to kind of share our experiences and also to get advice from other parents. So
advice is always good.
Exactly.
And the thing I think sales are great is advice from other parents. You see all these self-help books out there, and you asking the kids, oh, we don't have any kids. We're a clinical psychologist. You don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes it's good to get advice from someone who knows what it's like to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the morning and also at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's good to get advice from other parents. So because of that advice y'all got, you decided to kind of
we started the blog just to share our experiences and things that we were going through, and it kind of picked up steam, and people were really interested in our stories. And I think what really draws people to Chocolate Mother is how authentic we are and open and honest about things. I think sometimes, you know, we like to paint a pretty picture, but people want to know what really, you know, life is about and what's happening.
So in Chocolate Mother, you keep it real.
Literally. Keep it real.
I love it. But look, we're going to be right back, y'all. More Lawyer Up.
Parenting is like a ride in an amusement park. For me, my motherhood journey includes a 6-year-old diva and a 4-year-old superhero. From fertility treatments to potty watches and princess parties and bathtub Hershey kisses, juggling mommyhood, work, and husband ain't always easy. And most of the time, I'm just trying to make it. Along the way, I may stumble. Who am I kidding? In fact, most of the time, I fall flat on my face. A lot of that's what makes Chocolate Mother different. I don't mind laughing at myself and giving my 2-cent product review, especially if it will help someone else. Chocolate Mother aims to inspire and encourage all parenting by sharing the ins and outs of daily experiences with our kids on a weekly basis. This one-of-a-kind blog is intimate, honest, and entertaining. Please visit and share at chocolatemother.com.
Beats,
We're back right here on Lawyer Up, and we're talking about so many wonderful things. We talk about Chocolate Mother, and let's talk about tailor-made publishing, because I heard so much about it. So many of my clients, they come in on a day-to-day, I want to write a book, man. I need to talk about the stuff these folks done did to me, and they talk about what I overcame. Talk to me about tailor-made publishing. How did that even come about? How did you actually start that business?
Oh wow, that's a whole nother segment. But I will tell you, it's a great thing. TaylorMade is my new baby. So TaylorMade is about 2 years old, and it's a full-service publishing company. Mm-hmm. So we offer self-publishing services, but we also publish in-house on our own imprint. Mm-hmm. So we have both services. But it started with me writing my own book. So I wrote a book called A Game of Faith about a Negro League baseball player, Carl Long, who lived in Kinston.
A Game of Faith.
A Game of Faith.
Okay.
And so that book, which talked about Carl's life as being one of the youngest drafted into the league, kind of sparked the business, because once I published his book, I had friends all over who said, hey, if you can publish his, you can publish mine. And that's what happened. So in a very short period of time, we've been able to publish over a dozen. Wow.
In 2 years? Mm-hmm. Wow. Look, all right, you said something about being a full-service publishing company. What do you mean by that? What's a full-service publishing company?
Well, basically, people send me a completed manuscript.
Okay.
And once they send us a completed manuscript, we handle everything else so that they walk out with a professional product that they can either sell or give to their family and their friends. Okay. So we do everything from editing to copyright, ISBN, you name it, we do it. Illustrations.
So y'all draw?
We have graphic
art.
I
don't know either. All right, so now you said you can either be self-published or you actually can do the publishing through the company. What's the difference between being self-published and getting publishing through TaylorMade? What's the difference in procedural there?
That's an absolute great question, and the big difference is ownership. Okay. When somebody self-publishes, then they still maintain the rights to their story. Okay. So that also means, though, that they have some extra responsibility in selling their story. Mm-hmm. But when someone publishes for you, they invest in your story. So there's no upfront fees for us to publish. However, when we do that, we're also in charge of marketing, and there are some things that we may decide that is in the best interest of the work.
So you lose a little bit of control when you don't self-publish.
That's
right. Now, if I wanted to come here, so I got a book. I'm writing a book. I don't want you to publish my book, but I need some help to get this book out there. I come to TaylorMade Publishing, and what does TaylorMade Publishing now do?
We do the same exact process as we would if I publish it, because for us, professionalism is always the most important thing. Mm-hmm. So we do editing. We make sure that grammatically it looks good, that graphically it looks good. Exactly. That we bind it correctly. There's a lot of little pieces to a book that I think people kind of forget about. The layout and design of each page. So there's lots of intricacies to make sure that a book is as professional as it needs to be.
Is that a free service for self-publishing? I mean, do y'all charge to help us?
We charge. Mm-hmm. Okay. Our packages start at $2,500, mm-hmm. Depending on exactly what the person is looking for or what they need.
Now, there's one thing I heard of not too long ago, called a ghostwriter. Now, I come in and I have my ideas together, I have my thoughts together, but I don't really got it written out quite the way I need to be written out. Is there anything that TaylorMade can do to kind of help get that together? I mean, do y'all find ghostwriters, or I don't really know all about ghostwriters. Do y'all do anything like that?
Absolutely. So we do have ghostwriting services, and what that means is the author provides all of the different details about mm-hmm. a story. And sometimes I think people kind of underestimate exactly what that means. So when a person ghostwrites on your behalf, they need to know everything about you and everything right. about your story. But they will come out with a professional product. But yes, we do have ghostwriters. Mm-hmm. And what they do is take all of the information from a particular author, and then they create a book for them.
Okay. Well, look, I definitely want to touch a lot more on some of this, the difference particularly between self-publishing and you doing it through TaylorMade, because I want to know how to make money. I mean, that's what a lot of people want to know. How can I get my book out there and make some money? I want to tell my story, but I got to get paid. So we're going to talk about that, y'all, when we get back with more Lawyer Up.
TaylorMade Publishing is a full-service book publishing company that has its own imprint and specializes in children's, Christian, and nonfiction books. We also offer self-publishing services and enjoy assisting authors move their completed manuscripts to print. Our services include editing, layout, cover design, ISBN, and obtaining copyright. We encourage you to visit our website at www.taylormadenc.com.
19 beats. All the evidence is in, and now it's time for the final arguments of the lawyers. When I hear those words, I feel like a baseball player in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, and I'm up to bat. When I hear those words, I feel like a basketball player with 3 seconds on the clock and the game is on the line. When I hear those words, I feel like a quarterback in the 4th quarter on a game-winning drive, 2 minutes left to go. When I hear those words, I feel like I'm in a championship fight. I need a knockout to win. When I hear those words, there's one thought that goes in my mind. There's one thought that plays over and over again. There's one phrase that I continuously hear. And that phrase is, let's go to work.
We're back right here with Lawyer Up, and we were talking about so many wonderful things. We talked about self-publishing a book, but I got to talk about how to make some money out of it. Now, everybody has a story to tell, I'm sure, but nobody wants to just tell the story without. You don't write a book for fun. You write it to make some money at the end. So how do you go from self-publishing a book or even going through tailor-made publishing and actually finding some way to get some financial gain from what you're doing?
Absolutely. The way to do that is through distribution.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, particularly when people self-publish, that's a piece that kind of falls off by the wayside.
Right.
So it's nice to have a professional product, but how do you get it into the right hands? And hopefully a good publisher or distribution company can help you with that. That's one of the things that we do. For example, our books are on Amazon, of course, but
Right.
there's a way to list them where you can actually make more money. Right.
So you can list the book a particular way to get
That's
paid more.
That's right.
But you don't tell them that unless they are actually publishing through you.
That's right. That's and then, of course, we also have national distribution that we're working on.
Mhm.
So we're currently in Barnes & Noble and looking at Walmart distribution.
Oh, Walmart?
Mhm.
Tailor-made publishing coming to Walmart. You heard it first right here on Lawyer Up. So that's major because, you can have a very nice book like some of the books you have here. They can be very beautiful looking books, a very professional looking product, but if no one knows where it is, they can't see it, they can't get to it, you ain't gonna make no money off of it.
Exactly.
So the distribution piece is kind of what happens to make that happen, all right?
Absolutely.
And you said that's something that TaylorMade actually does. So if a person comes in to get a book through, and publishes a book through your company, is it automatic they get to these places, or kind of how does the process work?
Well, if they hire us for self-publishing services, then they can add on distribution services as well. If we publish it, then of course I have a vested interest in making sure that it's
Right.
distributed properly.
Let me ask you this, because I told you earlier, so many of my clients, they got stories. Mr. Clemens, I got to tell my story. I want everybody to hear my story. The police did me wrong. The judge did me wrong. All these people did me wrong. I want to write my story. In fact, really, the very first trial I've ever had years ago, a guy wanted to tell his story. He was from Virginia, and he was talking about the court systems in North Carolina, how they were so messed up, for lack of better words. He wanted to write a book. But what if the person, they submit it to you, they want to go through you, but it ain't really, how do y'all tell people, this it's not quite there. It's keep trying. How do y'all tell people?
In a very loving way.
And love is good.
Yes. Rejection letters are one of the hardest parts of my job, I think.
Right.
But the important thing for me is to make sure that at the end of the day, we try to make them a better author.
Right.
So for me, the important thing is that not only that they tell their story, but that they do so in a way that really gets the story out. I believe that all of us have a story that is deserving to be told.
Right.
But some of us need a little more work than others. So every time we have somebody who submits, we don't accept everybody. But when they do send a submission to us, we make sure to take the time to read each and every submission and also give them a lot of feedback.
Right. Well, look, we'll be right back, y'all, with more Lawyer Up.
Parenting is like a ride in an amusement park. For me, my motherhood journey includes a 6-year-old diva and a 4-year-old superhero. From fertility treatments to potty watches and princess parties and bathtub Hershey kisses, juggling mommyhood, work, and husband ain't always easy. And most of the time, I'm just trying to make it. Along the way, I may stumble. Who am I kidding? In fact, most of the time, I fall flat on my face. A lot of that's what makes Chocolate Mother different. I don't mind laughing at myself and giving my 2-cent product review, especially if it will help someone else. Chocolate Mother aims to inspire and encourage all parenting by sharing the ins and outs of daily experiences with our kids on a weekly basis. This one-of-a-kind blog is intimate, honest, and entertaining. Please visit and share at chocolatemother.com.
The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine?
Some lawyers care about the finer things in life.
You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't
Some
seen
lawyers
it
care
shine.
about driving luxury cars, the prestige, the status.
Underway.
Some lawyers care about wearing designer clothes.
Wait till
Some lawyers care about dining in fancy restaurants.
you
Some lawyers
Right now? Right now? It's gonna be about 15 minutes. Don't say nothing till I get there. All right, I'm coming. Wait. All right. All right, bye.
Some lawyers care about their wives.
come the day you're mine.
at Clemens Law Firm, we know that bad things happen to good people. And what we care about
I'm gonna teach
is you.
to fly.
We're back right here on Lawyer. We're talking to Ms. Diane Taylor. Now look, you have so many wonderful services that you offer, and the fact that your book's going to be at Walmart, I want to go ahead and give you some of my manuscripts, but I don't want a rejection letter. But look, how can people get in contact with you? Seriously, if they want to actually find out how to get in contact with you to actually self-publish or go through TaylorMade to actually publish, submit a manuscript, what do they have to do? What is the steps to kind of get in contact with you?
The easiest way to do it is to reach out to our website
Mhm.
because they can actually electronically submit
Okay.
any manuscripts that they have on our website. And they can also order books and support local authors.
That's big,
So
that's
if they
big.
visit our website, they'll find a lot of information, particularly information on how to get started even with their own books. So our website has a lot of information.
Now you brought a lot of books here. I'm looking at these names. Some of these names are very familiar. I think one of them is a very popular person right here in the city of Greenville. What's it, Mr. Coach Ruffin McNeil? I know him. I see a lot of people. What are the sort of new projects that you kind of have going on right now with TaylorMade?
Well, TaylorMade produces a new book about once a month, but
Wow.
our latest book is Dad, Who Will I Be? By G. Todd Taylor. And that introduces African American historical figures on an elementary level.
On an elementary level.
Yes.
All right, talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, there's lots of historical figures that we don't hear about until we get to college, like Garrett Morgan, for example.
Definitely not in my house.
Mansa Musa, for
Right.
example. Well, those are individuals that we were able to kind of weave together in a book that would inspire and encourage young readers.
So it seems like some of the books that y'all producing have a bigger point than just simply publishing books. I mean, that has some cultural relevance to kind of inspire young black men apparently. And so, is there any other projects you got going on that you want to talk about? I mean, I know you have that one with your latest. Is there anything else that you got that's fresh in your mind? It's your platform now. I'm giving you the platform. You want to do it, TaylorMade.
Absolutely. Our youngest author is also my daughter, 6-year-old Morgan Elizabeth.
Oh,
And
wait. You said 6 years old?
6 years
You
old.
starting young. Talk about that. Tell me about
Well,
that.
her book is called Daddy's Little Princess,
Uh-huh.
and it introduces real African princesses. So a lot of times, particularly children of color, have an issue with Disney characters not necessarily
Yes.
representing who they are. So her book talks about the woes of that and how we have real African princesses that look just like that.
That is amazing. 6 years old. All right, Tiara, you're 4 years old, girl. You gotta step it up. You gotta get your book. You gotta get a book. But look, here's what I want you to do. This whole series right now, you're the very first person of this series. This whole series is talking about empowering young women, and the fact that you have a 6-year-old daughter who's writing the book is right there. I want you to right now look in this camera behind me, okay? If you have a message or any words of encouragement for future authors, young girls who want to tell their story, what they went through, or any information that you want to spread in general, the floor is yours. The stage is yours. That camera right there for a little while is yours. Let them know what you got. The floor is yours.
I just want everybody to know that it's really important to follow your dreams. When you have something that you have been given, it is a gift that you are to give to others. So keep that in focus and just do what you are meant to do. Fear does not live and or exist except for in our minds. So once we let that go, we can truly live our destinies and do what God intended for us to do.
Wow, that's real. That's deep. Look, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. You have inspired me. I'm the 6-year-old daughter. I'm seeing people writing books like No, and I know it can happen. I mean, the thing that you've done, the things that you're accomplishing with Chocolate Mother and with Tailor Made, it really is making me smile, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, okay?
Thanks for having me.
All right, look, we'll be right back, y'all, with more Lawyer Up.
You can't do it because you're a woman. You can't achieve because you are female. All of our guests have heard something like that. You can't do it because you're a woman. You can't achieve because you're a woman. You can't start this business. You can't do this. You can't write a book. You can't do that. You can't start this company. You can't do that. You can't build. You cannot do that because you are a woman. But these women have proven that it doesn't matter because they can do it. Ladies, you can do it. We brought you women that overcame so many obstacles. They defeated the naysayers and they have become successful business owners. Ladies, I hope you have learned something from this. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you next time on Lawyer Up.
TaylorMade Publishing is a full-service book publishing company that has its own imprint and specializes in children's, Christian, and nonfiction books. We also offer self-publishing services and enjoy assisting authors move their completed manuscripts to print. Our services include editing, layout, cover design, ISBN, and obtaining copyright. We encourage you to visit our website at www.tailormadenc.com.
19 beats, mother.
Being a parent is never easy. Sometimes even the best of us can get overwhelmed. When difficult situations occur in your family, the Power of You is here to help. Our dedicated and trained clinicians stand ready to offer the support that you and your family need. The agency offers substance abuse prevention services, which include evidence-based programs to delay the onset of use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. Multisystemic therapy is specific to children between the ages of 12 and 18 that experience serious behavioral issues. Child-Parent Partners is for families with children between the ages of 0 and 6 that have experienced trauma. The Power of You is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting communities one child at a time. If you or someone you know are in need of mental health services, feel free to reach us at 252-551-5544 or visit us confidentially on the web, www.powerofyou.org.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, I combined home and auto with State Farm.
Saved $760.
Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
Hi, I'm Chris Godley, your friendly neighborhood State Farm agent. Come see me today.